So I watched Empire Strikes Back the other day and I realised that the temperature inside a Tauntaun is actually lukewarm.
No.
What do chickens use to solve complex equations? An eggshell sheet. Sorry.
Oh,
Eggshell sheet.
no.
Yes. Yes. Take it. Listen. And while we're talking about animals, a guy asked me if I wanted to pet his Cocker Spaniel. I feel kind of weird about it now. I should have just chosen the Spaniel. Cocker Spaniel. Yeah. Anyway, hello everyone. And welcome to
That's
the
the
Black
RSPC after us now.
Yeah. Hi, Black Dog Podcast. We hear we got a great guest for you. No. Anyway. Yes. Anyway, hello everyone. Welcome to the Black Dog 229. I'm Lee.
I'm Darren.
I'm Jim.
I'm Elton.
And this week we will see how everyone's week's been or not. It might be a bit of a thin week. And then we will get on to feedback. We will also, maybe if time allows, have some questions with asking for trouble. And then we'll move on to this week's movie, which is my pick, which is Morbius. It had to happen sometime. You had to go through it sometime, and it had to be me who did it to you.
So can I just ask, if the main character of that film stood there and took his clothes off, would it be a Morbius strip?
Oh, for God's sakes. Yes, it would, Dal.
You waited all afternoon to say that one. Yes.
Oh,
Well, if you hadn't have picked the film, you wouldn't have heard it, would you? So
I feel like I'm about to become the whipping boy for the rest of the evening tonight.
Oh.
But anyway, we'll get to that soon enough. So let's find out how everyone's week's been. Moving on swiftly before Darren starts kicking me. Jim, how was your week, mate?
Been fairly quiet, but in a good way for a change.
Oh, good. That's good.
Just a few updates to whinges in previous weeks. I took my defective glasses back and got my money back.
Nice.
And the money should be in my account, waiting for me to spend on far more interesting things than other than glasses that don't fucking work. Not quite decided what, but there are many expensive books and old books I want, and films and comics and toys and stuff like that to spend on, which, considering the way my year's gone so far, spending vast amounts on boring things like fixing the roof
Yes.
and plumbing and crap like that, I feel entitled to be completely and thoroughly irresponsible with some money.
Yep.
So I'm going to not decide what I'm doing with that yet, but it's nice to have it back and got it back no hassle, which was good.
That's a change.
I basically said to the guys, look, this is the fourth time I'd be going back. I've had enough. I've got stage 3 cancer. I don't have time with this. It's, all right, sir, no problem. Say no more. He said, are those glasses fine? I said, well, yeah, these are fine. These are a bit janky. He said, I'll tell you what, I'll give them a bit of an MOT. So he took them away. He's tightened them up. They're all straight again. He cleaned all the crud off them and even replaced the little lugs that rest on your nose.
Oh, yeah.
Put new ones on as well.
Nice.
He's got, brilliant. The glasses are good as new, really. Now, brilliant. Job done.
Your new lugs.
I know. So there we go. So that was good.
Nice.
Other than that, we're doing a little bit of work on our new allotment. The allotment next door has an apple tree which keep dropping apples in ours. Yep. And we picked some and thought, well, it'll be good as cookers. We tried one. Actually, not bad tasting. So I made the first apple pie today.
Nice.
Which was very nice from a Hairy Biker's recipe. Very simple, straightforward. And unlike many recipes online, it fucking worked.
Nice.
Because there are many recipes online that don't work. But yeah, so that was good. Other than that, I've been rather enjoying one of my birthday presents.
Oh, yes.
Which I'll plug now. Over the summer, I discovered a YouTube channel called Kent Survival.
Right.
Which has been going for literally, for like 8 years now. And it's by a big bloke called Andy.
Yeah.
And he basically just goes out and camps and tests various equipment. But every episode has a theme. It's like you might do a camp where everything he's using came from the Middle Island oldie.
Oh, right.
Or stuff you found on Wish.com.
Yeah.
But he also does kind of things like testing out a cardboard tent, trying to build it, a geodesic dome out of cardboard as a tent, building his own shelter from scratch from woods, because he knows his forestry, he can build shit.
Yes.
And it's a lovely channel because he's very easygoing. And God knows I've seen him in some absolute disasters where various tents he's bought have like deflated in the middle of a storm. And it's just so like, oh well, looks like I'm sleeping in the truck again. And he just completely takes it in his stride, really easygoing. Yeah. And the really nice video, kind of very much a Bob Ross sort of energy to him.
Yeah.
It's just quite nice to see him. He goes out in the woods, he sets up the tent, tells you about it, gets some firewood, and he can cook like nobody's business on a open fire.
Nice.
I mean, literally, he's a really, really good cook, and it's worth watching for some of the recipes, to be honest, because he cooks some amazing stuff. Because he apparently does have a background in catering, but recently he's launched his own range of hot sauces.
Oh, yes.
I mean, he's really into his cooking, and we were quite intrigued. And so for my birthday, Tristan, we got me the set of the chili sauces. So there's I'll get the right. I won't say chipolata. I will not say chipolata.
No, I'm looking at it.
Chipotle.
Chipotle.
Yes. That's kind of got a nice heat to it. Very smoky, tomatoey. That's lovely.
Nice.
There's like a mango one, which is kind of fruitier, a bit sort of more spicy, a bit tangier.
Habanero. Yep.
Yeah. And then Scotch bonnet.
Nice.
And I worked my way up to the Scotch bonnet because I was a bit they had a bit of a reputation, but I've got to say, it is a beautiful hot sauce. Yeah. It doesn't blow your head off, it just builds up, and it really was like having a good brandy. You get that warm spread through you. It's kind of, that is good stuff. And it really tastes of like chili pepper, not just the heat.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. Highly recommended. And he also does a range of barbecue sauces as well.
Nice.
Which we're going to order some of those and try them. But I've been really enjoying sort of playing what can I cook that'll be good with some of these sauces now? Yeah. You know what I mean? But I'm really impressed. Very, very tasty. If you're looking for something different, some different sort of condiments or something to cook with, if you go to Kent Survival, buy a gift box of one of his sauces and try all three, or try the barbecue ones. Yeah. You will not be disappointed. And watch the channel. It's just kind of, generally we've been sort of we have like a little camping adventure before bed after we watched some sort of film, and you go to bed feeling relaxed and happy. Just having seen a very kind of big friendly giant of a man sit around a campfire, drink some ales and cook some good food, and he just loves being outside, and you know what I mean. It just really has, I say, that Bob Ross sort of vibe. You sort of feel actually clean and wholesome after watching one of his videos. Kind of, nice. Oh, that was nice. What a nice man. What a nice bit of woodland he was in. There is still good in the world, and that was very calm and relaxed. And now I'm going to go to bed and glad I'm not in a tent. It's going to deflate in the middle of the night because it came from fucking Team.
Yeah.
But Kent Survival. Check it out and check out the sauces. I thoroughly recommend it. I say good chicken soup for the soul, and the sauces. The opposite of chicken soup to spice up your meals.
Yes. Nice. Excellent. Well, there you go. And I would stress that we're not sponsored by Kent.
Not at all. No, in the slightest.
But if he does want to give us some money, I'm quite happy to have that as well.
Or maybe some free sauces.
Yeah, or maybe some free sauces. Though, in fairness, Darren, the spiciest thing you have is a korma.
No, it's vinegar, mate.
Vinegar.
Don't you mean non-brewed condiment?
Well, yes.
Strong tea.
Yes.
Strong tea.
Flat Coke. That's about as spicy as I go. Yep.
Brilliant.
Drinking orange juice after brushing your teeth. That's about as
that's
spicy
hard.
as it
That
gets.
is hardcore.
I'll tell you what, right? I dropped some brown sugar in me fucking Ready Brick once. Fucking hell.
Ran around the block for 6 hours.
Yeah, exactly. What? Woo! Fuck me. Demerara right in the face. Yeah. But
Anyway,
Jim, what you said about the camping videos, for a while I was watching something very similar. It's people who go out and just take out like a tent, and they'll go out into like the snow and pitch their tent, and they've got like all their like stoves with them and stuff like that. And you just see them just like just relaxing and maybe cook some bacon or something, See the snow come down.
It's very restful. Lots of these sort of little subgenre videos, and because Andy does like team up videos with the guys who do their own channels. He does a good one, like a multi-part one. Where did a canoeing holiday in Sweden, where he went in canoes and then camped in various places around the lakes of Sweden, with a bloke called Simon who has his own channel called Simon, a Bloke in the Woods. And I just really kind of just have a good rapport and just absolutely just be beautiful, relaxed. Going, that's better. That's nice.
Nice.
I can put off watching Morbius for another half an hour.
It has to happen sometime. Like Death and Taxes, we all end up watching Morbius.
Oh, God.
Anyway, well, don't worry. I'm fully prepared. I'm fully prepared just to lay down and just get the shit kicked out of me for suggesting this one. It's just gonna happen.
What, like that kid at the beginning of the film? You mean like that? Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just give me my letter back. Kick. Fuck off. Anyway, anything else, Jim?
No, I'll leave it at that. I think.
Brilliant. Okie dokie. Elton, I believe you have had nothing of note happen your weekend?
No, nothing to report. So kind of dull. So we'll move on.
Okay, so we'll skip lightly over to Mr. Barnard. What about you, sir?
Not really that much to report, apart from the fact that I've just finished and just starting season 3 of Resident Alien, which sadly has only got 4 seasons. So, which are coming to an end. And if anybody's watching this on Netflix, if you've got Now TV, you can actually go and get the other 2 seasons off of there. It's downloadable and everything. So, just that basically. That's it.
Okay. Well, this is good. I like this. Just power through our week. Well, my week. I suppose the one thing I've watched since we last spoke was on iPlayer. We kind of ran out of things to watch, which sounds ridiculous, but it's one of those things you kind of go, oh, I don't want to watch that. Oh, that looks cheap. Oh, no, sort of thing.
Watch it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So we ended up going on to iPlayer and watching The Tourist. Have you seen this? Or you heard of it? The
Tourist? What, Johnny Depp?
No, you...
Right, okay.
No, Jamie Dornan. It's a 6-part drama, a comedy drama, or rather black humour drama. And it's this Irish guy, and when you see it at the very start, he's just driving across the Australian outback, and he stops off at a petrol station, and he carries on driving, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this fucking great American-style truck comes barreling in, knocks him over on his side, basically blasts him off the road. And when he wakes up in hospital a couple of days later, he can't remember a thing. He can't remember his name, where he is, who he knows, anything. He can't remember anything. And he's got no identifiable things on him. So he's got no wallet, no mobile phone, nothing. And so the whole thing's kind of built around the mystery of, well, who is he? How's he going to find out who he is? And essentially, he's kind of helped by a lady that he meets in a cafe. And just after he meets in the cafe, the bloody cafe explodes. So someone's obviously trying to kill him. And then he finds a mobile phone with a single call from a guy who's been buried alive underground.
What?
Yeah, and that's kind of the setup. That's like episode 1. You're like, what is this?
Okay.
So it's intriguing. It's interesting. It's pretty cool. I mean, I've only done a couple of episodes. We've only just started it, so we've done a couple of episodes. I'm into it. Carol's not so keen on the geezer underground because he's got a little air tube and he's obviously been buried in the desert. And the last thing you see of him is kind of like he's in the desert. He's got a phone and his phone's running out of charge. And then you see the air tube and you see a little scorpion crawl inside the air tube. So it's got some gnarly bits in it, but it's interesting. I don't know where it's going. Let's put it that way. It's not one of those ones where you can just sit there and go, I know where this is going to end up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to carry on watching it and report back. The other thing, obviously, that we watched, which we did a special on, was Alien Earth. But we cannot say anything of that at the moment. There is some feedback for Alien Earth, but I think we might do another episode on that when episode 3 drops on Wednesday in the UK.
Excellent.
Well, it'll drop on Wednesday, so we'll probably do it a couple of days after, I suppose, give everyone a chance to catch up. Yeah, so there's that. And other than that, my other thing that has happened is 2 things. One, fuck Ticketmaster. Yeah, because Lisa's been trying to get tickets to see My Chemical Romance, which is one of her bands that she likes, and that's cool.
Right, okay.
Yeah. And so it became like a full blown operation. Like Carol's on the computer. I'm on my phone and on a computer in my office. And Lisa's on her phone and on her iPad and all this kind of thing. Anyway, we did manage to get tickets, so I'll just jump straight to the end. We did manage to get tickets, but the thing which did my nut in, was I was 45,000 in the queue, right?
45. Fucking hell, fine.
Yes.
If you would like to ring us, but if you'd like us to ring you back, please press 1.
Exactly. 45,000.
Maybe I'll wait. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're WhatsApping each other, and I'm like on 45,000. Carol's on like 22, and Lisa's, hardcore fan. She's on like 805 or something stupid like that. It's like super. She's way down the front of the queue.
Right.
But anyway, get all the way through, and I'm kind of reassuring myself, thinking, well, it's okay. The tickets only went on sale at 10 o'clock. It's now 10:30, and there's 90,000 people that will fit in Wembley Stadium, so we're all good. I'm still technically half in the queue, and I got all the way to the final thing, and it lets me in, and it's like, right, fine, here you go. There's like 15 tickets dotted around. Take your pick. And it's like, okay, right, fine. I know that Lisa wants 2. There are no 2 tickets. There's just single individual tickets popped all over the place. So I'm like, right, okay. So I look around. There are 3 tickets. Yeah? 3 seats sitting side by side. I pick 2 of them, click submit, and it goes, oh, you can't do that. You'll leave an individual seat on its own.
Motherfucker.
Fuck off.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, well, hang on. There's fucking individual seats all over the fucking shop. So someone's obviously already done it. So I thought, well, okay. I'll tell you what. Maybe it's because I've picked the 2 nearest the aisle and not the one
You picked
in the middle.
one either side, didn't you? You bastard.
Yeah, or something like that. So then what I did was I moved 1 ticket along 1 space. By the time I'd done that, they'd let someone else in who took all 3. And it's like, what's the fucking point of queuing up if everyone's going to jump the cocking queue? So I went, okay, well, maybe I can just grab one of the other little individual ones, and I clicked on the individual ones. That's gone. Clicked on the individual. That's gone. Clicked on the that's gone. But I literally went all around the whole of the fucking Wembley Stadium. Not a fucking seat. So I was queuing up for 45,000, but 45,001 came in and nabbed the fucking lot by the feel of it.
Mm.
And it's like,
Yeah.
don't I get priority because I got in the door? Oh no. Oh no. But the whole fucking thing was, oh no, you can't leave a little man on his own and an individual seat on his own.
Even though every other cunt that had done it has done.
Yes.
Yeah, yes, you
Yeah.
can.
Yeah, he's like, sorry, I fucking well can.
You know what? That, coupled with dynamic pricing, should put you off of ever wanting to go to anything Ticketmaster related again.
Yep.
Ever. Right?
Well, that was the other thing. Lisa did manage to get the tickets, and she was in early.
Right.
And she got them up in a nosebleed somewhere. And she paid like, I don't know, about 150 quid or something. By the time it got to me, no, for the multiple seats, you know, by the time it got to me and I was picking those three, each seat was 150 quid.
Do you remember, Lee, many, many thousands of years ago when we went to see Pink Floyd?
Yes.
And we paid 50 quid a ticket. And how many rows from the front of the stage were we?
We were row A1.
We were 4 rows away.
No, we were 2. We were 2 because we got nearly set on fire by the pyro.
That's right. Yes, we got. We could both feel our eyebrows burning. I like to think the way it looked. If somebody was looking at where we were sitting, the pyro went off. You see everybody in the back, in that row, suddenly lean back, really quite sharpish.
I would have liked to have thought that the end of one of these days when the airplane comes in and the pyro kicked off.
Fucking yes.
All I can think is that would have happened, and from like 4 rows back, there would just been like, it would have been like Hiroshima. There would just been like these black silhouettes against this wall of flame.
It's a fucking plane.
Exactly. We looked up,
It's just Marv out of Home Alone, isn't it?
It was. It was. We literally saw the plane, and then the entire front of the stage just turned into a wall of flame about 12 foot tall. It was just like, Jesus. The only people in front of us were in AA. And they were 2 guys getting progressively more stoned and sliding further and further down the seats, if I remember correctly.
Because of them, by proxy, so did we.
Yes,
so there we are.
Exactly. And then we came out, and you said to your dad on the phone, "I can't speak," if I remember correctly, trying to speak because we were both stoned, we'd sung too loud.
Speak.
Can't speak.
What?
We can't hear anything.
What? I can't. What? What? I can't. No. What?
Deaf, stoned, and unable to speak. That was kind of the final result for that Pink Floyd concert.
The thing with the internet, though, it's opened up the opportunity for people, the casual viewer, to go to these sort of things. Back in the 90s and the 80s and whenever, even 70s and 60s, you had to queue up. You had to go to the venue to ask for the tickets and queue up and be, okay, I'm in this town. That's where I'm going to go see them. I'm going to go queue up and get this.
Yeah.
And slowly over the years, the internet has opened up, and now people are like, do you know what? I might just do that and try and sell them on, or just try and get some. And
exactly.
It's people that wouldn't make the effort to actually go to the stadium to queue up to actually get these tickets.
Yeah.
It's too easy to sit in your pants on your iPad pressing a button.
Yeah, well, I was doing it on my work PC, trying desperately to keep the VPN running, because it was like, oh shit, if this goes down, they'll know I'm from the same location as the other 3 people trying to get these tickets. But anyway, yeah, so that was that. And the last thing for my week, I don't know if anyone's following me on Blue Sky or Facebook as my personal account, but every now and again, I go on this daily drawing challenge Facebook group, and every day they post up a picture, and the idea is you take that picture, you can interpret it how you like, you can draw it, whatever. It's just a practice thing. It's just for people who haven't got inspiration, so they just go on this page, day 1, day 3,600 and whatever. Yeah, pick a picture, do that, post it on there for feedback and crits sort of thing. Anyway, a couple of days back, they had a Sphinx cat, and I looked at this thing and I thought, I looked at it and I just thought, that is the most wrinkly, evil-looking thing I've ever seen in my entire life. So I drew the face and I drew the paws from reference. But then what I did was I draped the whole thing in this like Sith sort of like Emperor Palpatine sort of like robes. Anyway, so I post it up on Facebook, and it's getting a nice response. Post it up on the group. That's very good response. Thank you very much. I post it up on Blue Sky. Now, Blue Sky's a bit random when it comes to that sort of stuff. You know, you can find that you can post one thing that's really good, and it'll get like 2 likes. And you post up something that looks like a ball with a couple of dots for eyes, and everyone goes, "That's genius!" And you get like 5 million likes. So it's all a bit random, and you don't know who's going to see it. Anyway, I post this thing up, and it does quite well. You know, it's getting likes hands over fist, and I'm thinking, well, that's fine. It's a funny, silly thing. Then all of a sudden, I get someone send me a message who says, "Can I use this as a tattoo for my chest piece, a full-size chest piece?" I'm like, yes, if you like. I mean, you know, it's not for me to judge, you know, but you know, that's fine, you know, go for it. And they said, "Oh yeah, you know, and you know, if I get it done, you know, do you want to see a picture of it?" And I'm like, no, it's fine, it's cool, it's all right. You just, you know, if it makes you happy, and it took me nothing to do, just go for it. It's fine. It's absolutely perfectly cool. So they go, "Okay, thank you very much, but I might send you a picture anyway." And it's like, okay, fine. Anyway, I suddenly thought, you know, a bit curious. Well, who is this? Who is this? Have a look. And I looked up, and the Blue Sky user is someone called Miss. And I had a look.
Is that?
And I had a look on my work computer, and the first picture. Well, it's a picture. It's certainly not something you'd want to have on your work PC for all to see. That's all I'm going to say. Yes. So yeah, that was just wow. So apparently she's having quote unquote her ample assets tattooed with a picture of a Sphinx cat, and it's my Sphinx cat. You're welcome, OnlyFans people. I don't know what else to say on that one. There you go. It's in the chat, gentlemen. Depending on whether or not...
Do I click on that link? I do not know.
I don't think you do.
Okay,
but anyway,
that's not who I thought it was going to be.
No.
Good, my word. Okay. Wow.
Yes. Wow, indeed. Ufafu, indeed. Yes.
Crikey. Right, okay, fine.
Who clicked on the link? Can I guess?
Yeah. Who clicked on the link? But there you go. It was a thing. It was just a bit of an eye opener. But it was more of an eye opener when I realised I was looking on my work computer. It was like, fuck. Oh, so there you go. For the chat, there you go. There's one for you in the chat box.
Oh God.
Have fun, gents.
That's not who I thought it was. That is definitely not who I thought it was.
So, yes, there you go. So that's
flip it, right? Okay, that's in my Facebook Messenger. That is
in your Facebook Messenger.
That is my Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go. With some magic, I can make it your wallpaper. No.
With even more magic, I can make it your posse's wallpaper.
Yay! This is how the internet works.
But a special note from your good self. Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, so there you go. So that was a thing that happened, and that concludes my week. Because you can't really top that. You go, nice, okay. Fine. Yeah. Right. Anywho, moving on. Moving on. Let's do some feedback.
It's feedback time.
Yes, feedback time. Last week we did what's it? What did we do? Oh, The Martian. That's right, we did The Martian. And so we had some feedback on the Facebook group, facebook.com/group/the Black Dog Podcast. And first off, we have Martin Thompson, who said, like you guys, when I first saw the Iron Man finale, I didn't like it. But on this rewatch, I thought it was okay. It's just needless peril. I think they did well to juxtapose the lighter moments as well as the stress, just how much shit he was in and what he'd need to do to get out of it. The film could have been too bleak otherwise, despite the hopeful ending. Thank you very much for that, Martin. We also had Jeffrey Mark Hyman, who said, now this sounds like this is the first time he's watched it, but I don't know. I'm just assuming. He said, what an astounding film. Personally, I wish more stories focused solely on the nuts and bolts of problem solving and less on the messy human emotions. The truly remarkable thing about is how the film manages to overcome my innate dislike of Matt Damon. From him, the pithy quips came across as just embarrassing, especially, let's just science the shit out of this. But everything else was so good, I didn't care. The rest of the cast is phenomenal, with Donald Glover being a standout. Even Jeff Daniels almost overcame the shame of Dumb and Dumber with his performance. Well, thank you very much for that, Jeff. Peter Organ said, I'm very disappointed that this guy wasn't in it. And he's got a picture of Marvin the Martian. While Murray the Pie Man Christensen said, likely this is one of those comfort films for me, and if I'm channel hopping and it's on, I'm in for the duration. I find it hard to be objective about this film as well. Yes, the film is mostly problem solving, often in montage form, and it definitely glosses over the feelings of isolation. It is interesting to compare it with Castaway, which it definitely covers an aspect of being stranded. Arguably, the book and the film kind of use his logs as a way of talking out the ideas and keeping himself sane, which also lets us know conveniently what he's thinking. Obviously, it is utterly gorgeous to look at, particularly the landscapes when Watney's travelling to the Mav, and the soundtrack is a great mix of a fantastic score and classic disco, which I can still hear I still can't hear Turn the Beat Around without thinking, no, I will not turn the beat around. I refuse. For me, a sign of a good film is where I'm still on the edge of my seat, even when I know what happens. The final scene, the silly Iron Man and all, still has me holding my breath while he desperately grabs for the hold of the tether. I do still use the speech from the end as a bit of a motto for how to deal with the big crises. You solve a problem, then another, then another. I can't face the huge insurmountable problem, but I can solve a small part of it, then another, then another. It stops me falling into a pit of despair. What a great film. Thank you very much for that, Murray. Ian Spaceship said, with The Martian, I had to read the book, then saw the film, and I was not disappointed. The book and film as good as each other. Matt Damon, in capitals, was good choice. Nice spaceships too. I'm curious how Hail Mary will be. Might try and read the book first. Not a big fan of Ryan. Find him a bit dull, but he might be fine. He also adds, I seem to recall Adam Savage having a proper wankathon over the suits. They're good. Put the suits down, Adam. We need to clean it. And then finally we have first-time feedbacker Thomas McCamberley, who said, the trouble with hard sci-fi stories is almost all of them have to fudge a bit of science to get their premise going. And not to go all Neil deGrasse Tyson on The Martian, the whole inciting incident, the Martian storm that wrecks the site and strands Damon on Mars in the first place, couldn't happen the way they depicted it. Mars gets dust storms. Yes, they have high velocity, about 96 kilometers an hour. But the problem is the air pressure on Mars is so thin, something like 1% of Earth's air pressure. It's that like the storm packs a punch of a 10 kilometer an hour gentle breeze. It just simply couldn't push something over. The danger here is from the storms is the dust moving that can abrade and clog materials and damage stuff through friction and weight. But that just leaves you with a scenario that leaves the entire crew stranded, not just Damon. So yeah, like Darren, I'd like them to apply science as rigorously as possible, but 9 times out of 10, you don't get the story you want to tell. P.S. Morbius, dangly, way to bring a nuke to a punch-up. The only Morbius I'll be watching is The Forbidden Planet. Thank you very much. So there you go. So thank you for those bits of feedback, guys. If anybody else would like to leave any feedback for this or any other episode, just leave a comment underneath the episode. And that's on the Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/The Black Dog Podcast, or send in some feedback via email, feedback@blackdogpodcast.com.
I do believe they missed out on a joke that they could have used.
Go on.
So when they first made contact with Matt Damon on the Martian surface, he could have sent back a text message saying, "New phone, who dis?" Which I think would have worked with his character.
Nice,
but they didn't.
No, they didn't. No. New phone, who dis? And then they hang up, and he's just stranded there forever, going, "This joke wasn't worth it."
It wasn't worth it.
Yeah, there is some like I say, there is some feedback for Alien Earth. I will hold off on that for the next time we do another episode on it, and then because otherwise there's a risk I might spoil something for the uninitiated who haven't watched the episode yet. So. Right, where are we? So, looking at the time, we got plenty of time. So let's just ask a couple of questions. There are more questions than answers. Yes, here we are asking for trouble 2, Electric Boogaloo. We will start off with he says just going through the ones that we've done. Glenn Manners, he says, for me, a critically acclaimed horror is always a must-see in the cinema. What's your criteria, if any, that makes a film essential to an essential trip to the big screen?
What criteria?
Yeah.
Do I want it spoilt for me or not? Head to the cinema then.
Yeah, I better get ahead of that one. Yeah, I mean that's a good one. For me, I think it's always, if the film sounds interesting, and if it's a small screening, so if it's going to be like people who want to see it rather than big blockbusters, and it sounds interesting to me, films like Longlegs, Late Night with the Devil. And mistakenly, I thought it would be a small film, Weapons. Going to see all of those in smaller screens is good. I will always try and do that. Jim?
Well, for me, cinema is off the table as stage 3 cancer and knackered immune system. So
yeah.
Previously, it was always I'd make the effort to go for something that I thought would really benefit from seeing it on a big screen.
Yeah.
Which these days, with so much,
shite,
shall we say, generic and uninspired CGI dominating films, and doing it on the cheap when we could do better, that ain't too many. But previous candidates were, like, say, the Blade Runner sequel, which I'm really glad I saw on a big screen in a proper cinema, because that was that's a proper cinematic film.
Yes.
In a way, so like the crap we watched reviewed tonight isn't.
You wouldn't go to see Morbius at the IMAX? How dare you, sir?
I know. But you know what I mean? Sort of movies like that, generally. Because it's always too much of a gamble, or am I going to a screening where there's going to be other people in there?
Yeah.
Are there people going to want to watch the film? or are they going to be dicking around? And it's all kind of like got very sketchy in my last days of cinema going.
Yes.
But anything that I think really actually uses the big screen properly, like Dunkirk, Nolan films generally, stuff like that. Yeah. So
and Dune 2. They were worth seeing on the big screen. Anything with a bit of scope, that would lose something on the TV, I think. Cool. Elton, you actually went not long ago to see F1.
I did, yeah. I think that it's the subject matter that kind of draws me in more than anything. Mm-hmm. I went to see F1 on the big screen because I knew that we'd be reviewing it, so that was essential. But then again, I went to see Senna on the big screen, and that was not essential because it was still like, it wasn't like this is a trademark Jim quote, but pinch up cracky vision.
Yeah,
it was all stuff from the 80s and 90s that had never even thought about being in Blu-ray definition, and it was all of a sudden thrown up on the cinema screen. So, but then again, that gives it a warm kind of feel to it, nostalgia type thing. I think if it's a franchise I dearly love, even though I'm going to be hurt by it, I will still go.
You're going to see the next Alien movie, aren't you?
Of course I am.
You
of course
fool.
I am. Such a fucking dick, but yes, of course I am.
Cool. Okay, well, I think we covered that. By the way, I did notice it was kind of bold of them to go straight from F1 to Fantastic Four. F4.
Actually, they should have gone from F4 to F1. Really?
Yeah.
If I put in my nerd hat on.
Oh God, he's put his driver's hat on. Yes. Quick, everyone!
Because you work your way up to F1.
Run for your life.
Yeah. Make those sudden moves. Go vroom if he looks at you. Anyway, right. Okay. I think we've covered that one. Jeffrey Mark Hyman says, if you found yourself suddenly transported back to the Middle Ages, how well do you think you'd be able to utilize your modern knowledge? With the assistance of knowledgeable metalworkers of the time, you could construct a rudimentary generator, help extend the lifespan with basic sanitary knowledge. My technology knowledge would be for technology that they couldn't possibly have. I'd be fucking rubbish.
I reckon I'd be all right.
Yeah?
I reckon so.
Well, your rhubarb planting methods are revolutionary.
I could make a generator.
From what?
Just need a million miles of copper wire, and a couple of bobbins, and
bobbins.
Can I ask what you would plug into this generator? Presuming you could find a million miles of copper wire in the Dark Ages.
Oh no! Well, yeah, yeah, that's true, isn't it? Yeah. Why would
copper
you need
wire
a
wouldn't be a
generator?
problem. You could do that. That's doable.
Okay. So
you use copper wire to bind arrowheads and spear points to shafts.
That's how they keep their cows in the field as well.
You'd be good for copper wire.
Okay, so I tell you what then, it seems like we've just doubled up now. We're going for the old time tunnel routine, the diddly-do, diddly-diddly, diddly-do. So Jim, you and Elton are now transported back to the Middle Ages to work together. How would you two work together, scrap heap challenge to fix the Middle Ages?
Well, combined with Elton's rhubarb and my knowledge of herbalism, we could set up ourselves as at least some sort of quack cures to fund our generating prop.
We'd make the first toaster.
Plus, with my literacy and occult knowledge, I could threaten to hex anybody quite convincingly.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So.
Wow, you two have suddenly become traveling snake oil salesmen. Well done. You haven't improved life at all in the Dark Ages. You've ruined everyone's lives.
Quick, Jim, shut up the shop and ride off with us.
Right, Secretariat, right.
We can invent a steam engine. That's a piece of piss.
Oh, right, okay. Steam engine.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
okay.
That's just holes in metal, in it.
And water.
I love
Yeah,
the way
basically,
Elton sounded like he knew
metal
what he was
cylinder,
talking about
2
there.
pipes, a spit, a heat source, and a few cogs, and you've got yourself an engine, a steam engine.
Right.
Because the
Okay.
ancient Greeks had one, and they say, "Hey, look at this! You fill this water, we put it over the fire. Look, it spins around and shoots steam. Amazing!" And no one thought, "Hang on, if you put a pulley on that, we can use that to do milling and shit like this." It didn't make that leap. It remained just like a Newton's cradle. It was like a party piece at dinner parties. Look at this. It spins around. Fucking amazing. I never thought to harness that in any way when basically a simple pulley attached to it. Suddenly you had a working engine and we could have had the Industrial Revolution in classical times.
Nice.
Stupid Greeks and their kebabs.
So
incredibly, so they had the technology. They had a working steam engine and no one just thought, put a pulley or a cog on that. Incredible.
Okay, so
there you go.
So
some wheels on it. What are they? Don't know.
so Jim and Elton have invented a steam engine and a toaster.
Yep.
In the dark ages. What are we doing, Dal?
I
don't know.
Interesting designs for tattoos in medieval times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could tattoo.
There you go. I'll take that. Yep.
Jim, I think we're selling them toasters. It's fine.
No, you see, there's a music scene around about then, so, you could just sort of, use the lyrics.
You're taking
the
the Gary Sparrow "Goodnight, Sweetheart"
fucking right, yes.
Inventing the Beatles several centuries early.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think all I've got on my side, I think, is marketing. I can draw you a good box to go on your toaster.
Brill.
I think we're fucked. I think generally speaking, I think the Middle Ages haven't improved one jot by our appearance by Time Machine into this situation.
We've probably made it worse. Let's be honest.
Yeah, probably. I think that's fair. Right, we'll do one more, and then we'll have a break. Hold on a sec. So, Andy Mack asks the ever so important question, which is very, very, very important. If you had to replace one actor in a film with Danny DeVito, what movie are you picking? Which one? What character are you choosing? And why is it better now? We ask for these things. I will go with I will go with Yoda in The Last Jedi, because when Luke's sitting there going, the sacred texts, and if you can imagine a little ghostly Danny DeVito coming over going, yeah, just walking off, that would actually make a hell of a lot more sense than the 6 hours of garbage that comes out of Yoda's mouth to try and justify turning the entire Star Wars universe on its head just because subverting expectations. So, yeah, Danny DeVito is Yoda in Star Wars The Last Jedi.
That's cool. I would replace... This goes for all of his films, though. So imagine every single film that this guy has been in, it is now replaced with Danny DeVito.
Go on.
And you're replacing Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh,
now,
my God.
Think of the films that Danny DeVito is now in.
Oh, now you see, he's going to be in Titanic, so there wouldn't be any excuse for Jack not to fit on that fucking plank of wood, right? That's it. You have no. Look at him; he's tiny. Yep, room for a little one. Yeah, you have.
Yep. I would also say is, can you imagine him? Can you imagine Danny DeVito in fucking Inception?
Yep.
The Revenant.
Revenant. Or crawling down the stairs off his face on them acid tablets towards his Lamborghini Countach.
Yes.
Nice. You just roll. You just roll down the stairs straight up to the door jam, wouldn't you?
Didn't he play Billy the Kid in one movie as well, wasn't he?
Yep.
Yep.
In 310. No, Quick and the Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Being the young boy who hangs around Sharon Stone in a cowboy movie. That's got to be some weird shit that you're seeing there, isn't it? You'll be sitting there going, "What the fuck?"
Do you know what?
I can go weirder.
Go on then, Jim. Go on.
I'd have Danny DeVito replace Rennie Lemon-Faced Zellweger in Bridget Jones's Diary.
Oh my god! Now then,
Thank you.
I think there's no. I think slash end thread right there. What were you going to say there, Dow?
No, I'd say I'd have him replace Tom Cruise in any Mission Impossible film, but mainly in Top Gun Maverick, because you can see him before he gets in. You'd see him climb up the ladder, and then he'd have to stick some like catalogues on the seat to boost the seat up.
Yeah, see the plane, and then when you look in the cockpit, you can't actually see him.
These things flying themselves now. Yeah.
Just see the
Imagine
top of
Danny
his helmet.
DeVito in Terminator.
Oh God! Every
Just the gun
Arnold
shop scene.
Yeah.
Uzi 9mm. What? Who said that? Oh,
Yeah.
down there.
Yeah. So then I start blasting. Yeah, it's just, oh God, yeah. Every Arnold Schwarzenegger film, just replace him with Danny DeVito. True Lies.
What about twins?
Well, they
though?
are twins.
Twins? Yeah, well, they just roll
Actually,
reverse.
be twins.
Yeah,
It would be Danny DeVito in the two main roles.
Yeah.
yeah.
Brilliant.
There you go. That's it. It would make more sense. It'd be a better film.
I'm just
Right.
the leftover shit.
Nice. Right. Well, I think we'll leave it there for this week. If you've got any questions, by all means, leave them on the Facebook group. The pin to the top is Black Dog Asking for Trouble 2 Electric Boogaloo. Just leave a message under there, and we will answer your questions. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 sitting in there ready for next week. But feel free to chuck some more in. So do that. Right. I think we'll leave it there. We'll call a break, and then when we come back, everyone will be happy and smiling and dancing on air as we go skipping lightly into the field of joy that is Morbius. Roll the jingle.
Well, they encourage your complete cooperation. Send your roses when they think you need to smile. I can't control myself because I don't know how. When they love me for it, honestly, I'll be here for a while. So give them blood, gallons of the stuff. Give them all that they can drink, and it will never be enough. So give them blood. Grab a glass because there's going to be a flood.
Morbius is a 2022 American superhero film based on the Marvel Comics character of the same name, produced by Columbia Pictures / Sony, in association with Marvel and Avi Arad. Oh, that man.
Who's?
Well, he's done things like kind of in like X-Men Last Stand, Ghost Rider, Spider-Man 3, Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer. Yeah, he's a guy who if things are a success, they're not because of him, and if they're a complete disaster, they are because of him.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. He was one, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Yep.
The only one that nobody liked.
Number 3.
Was number 3, yeah. He was the one who insisted that in number 3, rather than it just being Sandman, it also had to have Venom in it.
Oh, it had to have absolutely everyone in that, didn't
Oh
it?
yeah, Uncle Tom Gobbly and all. But yeah, that was him. So that's who we're dealing with here. Anyway, it was released by Sony Pictures. It was the third film in Sony's Spider-Man universe, which is a universe of Spider-Man characters without Spider-Man in it. Which,
although he is mentioned.
though he is mentioned, and he is,
How does it work out doing these films about Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse? How does that work out for you?
how does that work? How does that work? Spider-Man does appear in a poster on a wall in an alleyway as well.
Oh, well, then
Yeah, he appears as a baby in Madam Web.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So
Thanks so much.
Thanks for that. Yeah. So it stars Jared Leto, Matt Smith, Adriana Arjona, Jared Harris, Al Madrigal, and Tyrese Gibson. In the film, Michael Morbius.
You missed one of the big stars.
Go on.
ZBrush Batmobile 365.
Yeah, Turbo Squid bat models, freebie bat models. In the film, Michael Morbius and his surrogate brother Milo, played by Matt Smith, become living vampires after curing themselves of a rare blood disease. Yes, I won't go into the full length of the rest of the wiki, but let's just start with this. The budget was $75 million. How much did it make at the box office, Jim?
365 badly rendered bats.
Nice. Elton?
4 blood banks and a boat full of dead people.
Nice. Darren?
Some bad acting and a whole fuckload of cliches.
Well, you're all wrong. What it actually earned was Charing Cross Underground Station pretending to be the New York subway.
Yes, I spotted that as well.
Putting a sign over the top of it saying Fortune City or something doesn't make it less like Charing Cross Underground. You can still see the fucking mural. Anyway, so let's just go around the table before we get to the spoiler zone section. I still haven't done the spoiler zone jingle, but never mind. So let's go around the table and let's find out what everyone thought. So let's start with you, Elton, because you aren't our comic book guy, so you will be our baseline. So where are you with this one, sir?
Are you sure you want to go with me first? Okay.
Go on.
Well, no, I'm not aware of what the hell is going on here. When it was mentioned, I was like, oh, okay, it's vampires again. It's just going to be something like that. And I went in a very low position because there was lots of groans and moans about it and lots of hype of, oh my God, what are we watching this time round? From the group and from us lot as well. And I was like,
yes.
I don't know. I have no frame of reference for this. I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
I didn't even know if it was attached to the Spider-Man universe. So that was a new thing for me. And, cameos in like the credits sequence, you're going to have to let me know what the hell that's all about. I do not know.
Yeah, I can tell you what it was. I can tell you what it was supposed to be about, but I can tell you what it's not going to be about.
Right,
it's not going to be about any kind of movie.
Right.
Yeah.
So I went into this very, very low, expecting it to be utter crud. I came out of it going, it's all right, isn't it? Honestly, did come out with it going, it's all right. In the same vein that I came out, once we watched the Green Lantern, I came out that going, that's not as bad as everyone said. And that's how I came out of this. And I honestly, truly did. I'm not just trying to be the de rigueur person in this situation. It's no, I came out going, it's all right. It's not that bad. I don't know what everyone's moaning about, but I'm not a comic book person, so I don't know the translation of it from the page to the screen. So it could be atrocious.
Okay. Well, then we'll move on to you, Jim.
Well, this does have a rather fearsome reputation, shall we say.
Yeah.
And I've not seen many of the Spider-Verse spin-off nonsense. I did sit through Madam Web, which was absolutely awful.
Yeah.
And I have to say, with this movie, I don't think it's as bad as people say. It's better than Madam Web, for reasons I will go into. However, there's a definite downward trajectory in this movie. Again, I'll get this in the spoiler section.
Yeah.
But I think kind of where it crosses the line into truly bad is those last couple of stupid scenes at the end.
Yeah.
Which is kind of, I think that's where everyone just goes, oh, fuck off. What do you mean?
What is this?
What's this?
Yeah.
But yeah, it kind of, I mean, I wouldn't say, I don't think it's a good film. I think it's a middling film. But I think it's just, as it goes along, it achieves badness. But having said that, it's not really bad enough. It's just distinctly middling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The director says this was a film made by committee. And I think that's a fair assessment of it. Unfortunately, I mean, Madam Web is awful.
Yes.
For reasons I'll go into. This is better than that, but equally, it's never very good.
No.
And the further it goes on, the less good it gets. But you know what I mean? Wasn't as painful as I was expecting. No. Maybe I'd feel different if we hadn't done War of the Worlds the other week, which really redefined the bar for guitar's filmmaking. You know what I mean? Yes. I might have been a lot harsher with it, but having said that, but comparing like for like, I say, it's streets ahead of Madam Web for reasons I will go into, really big, important reasons.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the annoying thing, because it's kind of, I can see this could have been good, and that's why it gets irritating.
Yeah. Okie dokie. Darren, what about you?
You know, like in the summer, right?
When
it's really, really, it's really, really, really hot. Right?
Yeah, here we go.
And like, your flat is like, or your house is really, really, really hot, right? And then you walk out the front door to go into the street, and there's absolutely no difference in temperature.
Yes.
There, right?
No.
Okay. It's like you're still in your living room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's about as much as this film kind of affected my senses. Again, as the others have said, this is not the worst movie I have ever seen. It just wasn't very interesting. Right? It's just cliche after cliche. Yeah. What they've done is they've taken a look at things like The Flash on TV, or like, any of the other, or Arrow, Flash and Arrow, right? These are the two biggest culprits of this kind of storyline, right? Where, you know what, I'll tell you what we'll do is we'll have this bloke, he's got vampire powers, all these vampire powers. This is amazing, isn't he? Right? Look at that. Now, they say that the the superhero's only as interesting as the villains he fights. Well, you know what? I have to disagree with that, because I think this villain's this character's pretty interesting. So why don't we make a character who's got exactly the same power set? Let's do that, shall we? Let's do that, right? But apparently his process made him go evil, whereas this one didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So, because that's never been done before, is it? No, not that I remember. I mean, I've seen all of 4 movies. So, yeah. I mean, all them 4 movies, it would have come up. It would have come up if this was a cliche. It would have come up in one of them 4 films that I've seen. Yeah, but I didn't see it. So, therefore, this is new. It's a totally original idea.
Yeah.
Slap it down on a bit of paper. Let's do that, shall we? Jesus H. Christ.
So... Go on.
It was just, you could have done so much with this. You really could have, and it was just written in crayon by somebody who was given it. So look, you need to write a film for this because we need to get it out there. And it's doing the same thing, right? The fucking Sony MCU, right? It's like, can I have a copy of the Daily Bugle, please? Can I have a copy of the Daily Bugle?
Mm-hmm.
Bugle? Anyone?
This is the only bits
Bugle?
of licensing we can afford.
Hello?
Yeah.
Bugle? Yeah. Yeah. Bugle? Bugle. No one. No, nothing at all. Just me then. Okay. All right, fine. Maybe later on. Maybe thing. So yeah, this could have been really good. The concept of it, Morbius, a living vampire, is, it's an interesting one.
Yeah.
But it's just everything's been done before in this film. Everything.
Yeah.
And I know that there's only like 7 stories or 5 stories, whatever it is. But you don't have to do exactly the same as someone's done before. You can take that idea for that, a scene and rejig it and make it interesting. But they've not even bothered to do that.
Well, in the words of that great academic critical theorist, Frank Carson, it's the way you tell them.
Exactly, Jim. No, I know we get a laugh out of this, but that's exactly it. Right? Nail on fucking head. Boom.
Yeah.
And it is the way you tell them. And this just isn't told very well. And Sony, for fuck's sake, mate, come on. Just learn now. Can we just put all this fucking thing to bed? Okay? Stop making these films. Don't. I mean, you've wasted money on Cravendale, the
Craven's last news round.
That was fucking awful.
Yeah, Cravendale's last news round. So you've had Cravendale, you've had fucking Morbius,
Venom.
Venom.
Yeah.
Venom. Oh yeah, that line. Yeah, who are you? I'm Venom.
Yes.
Who? Is it supposed to mean something to me? So it's just not very well thought out. They've said, well, can you link it with the MCU by putting some little bits in there? Yeah, try to make it subtle. Like, can I have a copy of the... everybody listening? Are they? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Are we ready? Yep.
Daily Bugle.
Squawk. Honk.
Squawk. Honk.
Yep.
Yeah. See what I did there?
Yep.
Yep. That's right. Oh, Christ. And they can't... What is it with the MC... What is it with both the proper MCU and Sony's MCU that they can't write a film about a villain? You can't. They don't do it. All they do is they write a film about an anti-hero, right? We didn't get a proper Venom film because we had to be, we had to make him likable. No, you don't. You don't have to make him likable at all. If you just use your imagination and get a proper scriptwriter in there, right, who's actually got fucking 2 cents worth of fucking skill, okay, you could do it. But no, you can't do that. No, because it's centering around, we've got to make him the hero because he's got to fight someone. But why not? Why can't he just be as much of a cunt as the bad guy? Can we not have this?
Yeah.
It might be quite a laugh watching 2 villains being more villainy than one another.
Yeah.
I'm not going to drink the blood of humans. No, not at all. But fuck off. Why not? Just do it. Just open someone's vein. Just do it.
Yeah.
Christ Almighty.
Well, we'll get.
So there is I was going to say.
Sorry,
I'm straying now, but
No, it's okay. I was going to say we'll get into the blood thing in a minute as well, because,
yeah. So there's so much that could have been done with this, and there's so much that shouldn't have been done with this, like post-credit sequences.
Well, we'll get to that.
No need.
We'll get to that.
No need for any of that at all.
Well, there was every need for it, according to Sony, but I'll explain that later. Tasty. Okay. Well, before we do this,
terrible.
Yeah, it was. I mean, as far as it goes for me, I will say, I think War of the Worlds. Jim, you hit the nail right on the head. Had this film been watched before War of the Worlds, I probably would have kicked it to the curb with hobnail boots. The problem is now that I've seen something so genuinely bloody awful. It's recalibrated where the awful line is. And it's, at the bare minimum, Morbius is a competently made, they put the camera where it needs to be. They shoot the shot. They have a character leave a venue, arrive at another venue, have dialogue.
Did some things.
Actually have dialogue between two characters. Left the room. Yeah, exactly. So, and even though the special effects were absolute cockwomble, they weren't a Martian war machine bought off of the SketchUp asset store. They just weren't. So the problem I have now is that in my heart of hearts, I know this is a bad film. I really do. It is not a good film, but the biggest problem it has is that it's just dull. It's not that it's like the worst film ever, because while I haven't seen Madam Web, I have seen Cravendale's last fucking news round, and that was fucking awful, because that was a thing where you could see them pasting over the cracks and making shit up just to make scenes that made no sense. So, rhinos with eyeballs facing forward, so he looked like some sort of cartoon character, because otherwise he couldn't stare a rhino down because the rhino's eyes are on the side of its head. Oh, except now, no, they're on its nose, fucking basically. Genuine levels of incompetence. And Morbius is bad. Make no mistake, but it's bad because it's dull. It's uninspired. It's tedious. There's no chemistry. The only actor seeming to have any kind of fun whatsoever is the Hispanic cop and and Matt Smith. Those two guys know what film they're in. Everyone else is treating it like a fucking Oscar-worthy mission, and it's like, nah, none of you guys are fucking coming back. Just no. So, yeah, it's camp, it's stupid, it's dull, but it's not the worst film I have ever seen. It's not even the worst film I've seen this month, which is kind of saying something.
That's saying a lot, isn't it?
That is saying a lot. So, yeah, I've got to be honest and say that, quite frankly, while it is a bad film, and I wouldn't recommend anyone watch it, I am kind of convinced that the internet got its panties in a bunch and it became the whipping boy because it was cool to do so.
Mm-hmm.
And it's quite interesting because I watched the film. I guess we're in spoiler zone now. Let's just hold on. Spoiler zone. Hold on. What's this button? What's this one? There you go. Spoiler zone.
Shut up, Wesley.
Yeah.
Had you seen it before then?
What, Morbius?
Yeah.
No.
No. Okay.
But after watching the film, I love the spoiler zone now. I like that. I'm going to do it again. There you go. So, after watching the film, I literally thought, well, okay, I'm bored by it. I wasn't impressed by it. It literally got to the point where I was like, how much longer of this bollocks have I got to go? But once we finished, I thought, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to my usual regular YouTube reviewers, like your Mark Kermodes, Jeremy Johns, Red Letter Media, pitch notes or whatever it's called, pitch meeting, and look at what they say about Morbius. And it's interesting that to a man jack of them, they're all very vehemently against it. And like, it's the worst film ever. It's fucking tedious. It's so generic and boring, bollocks, and sort of thing. And you go, right, but why? Tell me why. And none of them do. And it seemed like, to me, now distanced from the hype, that this film was just the internet whipping boy du jour for 6 months. And it became an internet meme with the morbing time and all that crap. So, yeah, it's not a good film. Not by any stretch of the imagination. But it's not the crap that, not what I'd say was genuine crap. War of the Worlds was genuine crap.
It was the worst thing out at that moment. And that's all people had to play with, I'm guessing.
Yeah. I mean, what was it? The Old Guard, the one with Charlize Theron. The first one was okay, but the second one was actually shit. And when you look at something like Old Guard, and when you look at something like, like Craven or like War of the Worlds, you can go, definitively, here is shit. Because you can point at every single thing, the incompetent filmmaking, the terrible script, the terrible acting, the fucking appalling direction, the special effects that literally came off the shelf at Invato Tutorials Labs, all that crap. And you go, so you bought everything off, stock, and you didn't spend any money with a visual effects team that could actually color grade. I mean, you could see it. You can actually point at everything. Whereas Morbius is just dull. That's his big crime. It's just dull and generic and boring and not very interesting in any respect. Made worse by the fact that Jared Leto is taking the thing way too fucking seriously.
How?
What do you mean, how?
How is he taking it far too seriously?
Okay. I mean, if you...
Because I'm coming from a perspective of, I don't mind him.
Right.
I've got no problems with him, unless the allegations are proved correct. And then I have problems. But I everything I've seen him in, I think he's been very, very good in. And this is a different type of movie and a different type of critique and person being critical about him in it.
Okay, if I may make a suggestion then. I mean, I'm going to cite some stuff that I know either you've watched or you don't care about.
Uh-huh.
But you'll have to go with me on this one. So look at something like, for example, Captain America. Chris Evans as Captain America, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
He plays that straight as a die, yeah?
Right.
He's the all-American hero. Square-jawed, absolutely 100% the man in the moment. He's hardcore, never goes wrong, right? However, when the moment calls for it, they can inject a little humor into that character. They can make fun of him. And you also get a sense of the way Evans is playing it. He's having fun with the character. He's playing it a little naive. He's playing it a little innocent. I don't know what it is. It's something you can't put your finger on, but you know that someone isn't just reading the lines.
Mm-hmm.
And with Jared Leto, he always seems incredibly intense, even when a character is supposed to be doing something stupid like, I don't know, fucking propelling themselves up a stairwell at 100 mile an hour. Or, or doing that thing, I've got stopped at the doorway and the police have stopped me, and then he kind of has to do this kind of shrug and drop a blood bag and then run like hell. There's a kind of it's an indefinable thing, but there's a playfulness to it that you can always go, okay, this character is got at least a little bit of life in them. Look at Matt Smith's character. He's hamming it up. He's having a fucking whale of a time.
Yes, yeah.
But you know that because even when he's being evil and eating cops and doing other things, you can see that the guy's like, fuck it, it's a paycheck. I'm having a laugh with this. Whereas with Leto, you get the sense that every single word is being considered with ultimate intensity all the time. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of over the top.
Yeah, too over the top for a comic book movie of its stature?
No, just over the top for the kind of film it is. It would be like Ian McKellen striding out into the middle of a John Wick movie and going, "Now is the winter of our discontent," and sort of getting really intense on a fucking thing. When meanwhile, there's ballerinas shooting the shit out of people with books made out of guns, and just bonkers shit flying around them. You just go, this doesn't quite fit.
But maybe he's been told to do that, and he's doing exactly what he's been told to by the director.
Aha. At this point, I bring in the Internet Database trivia. Jared Leto committed to capturing Michael Morbius' limping state and used crutches even off camera. This proved to be troublesome to the crew at times when the actor reportedly took between 45 to 50 minutes to trek to the bathroom. Eventually, the crew ended up having to push him in wheelchairs, as that was a loophole solution around these delays.
Christ.
So, staying in character.
Going a bit too method. In Suicide Squad, for example, when he was the Joker, he'd use condoms to his teammates.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And all that crap.
Yeah.
I think I just find him personally a little bit objectionable and kind of one note. But I can leave it there.
Do you think he's method because he knows other intense actors are method and he wants to be part of that instead of actually doing it because he knows he gets more out of his character by doing it?
Someone else can take this because I think otherwise it would just be me kicking Jared Leto to the curb.
I think it is. It's kind of just it's a way of giving his performance gravitas. Because you can say, well, for Morbius, I walked on crutches all the time and was a pain in the arse and annoyed everybody. That's how committed I am to it. Mm. But I always find Jared Leto, he can do the job, he can say the lines. He's not a bad actor per se, but I find he's a bit of a charisma black hole. Now, funnily enough, in Morbius, in the first act, he actually had a glimmer of personality and actually thought, oh my God, he's actually playing a person, and he had a nice chemistry with Matt Smith, and they're having a laugh together, and you had their backstory, and that worked. However, from the second act onwards, it's just by the numbers. But I don't actually blame him for that. I think that's partly the script just flushes everything it built in the first act. But I do find he perplexes me. He's as big as he is. And I'm not entirely sure why.
Yeah. What were you going to say,
He's the Ed Sheeran of acting for me.
Sheeran of acting.
Except with black hair.
Yeah. What were you going to say, Dal?
Have you ever heard the story of Dustin Hoffman on the set of the Marathon Man?
No.
at all.
Yes,
there
I
he
am.
was
Go on.
with Sir Laurence Olivier,
Hmm.
and Dustin Hoffman's gone real method, and he's really getting into the role, and he stood there and he's asking questions about this scene, and what do I need to do this, blah 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 blah, and Sir Laurence Olivier says to him, "Excuse me, dear boy, but why do you do what you do?" And he goes, "Well, I'm using the method to really get into it and to do this, and I've got to experience the pain to know the pain." And he just turns to him and says, "Well, why don't you just try acting?" And that's it. So you have people who, like Daniel Day-Lewis, who take method acting to the nth degree. And they do achieve, he gets his results with it, right? Okay, Daniel Day-Lewis has been in a lot of good films, and he's played a lot of, his performances have been Oscar winning. And if you can pull it off, if you can do it right, then fine, that's fair enough, if it works. Unfortunately, there are some people who think that that's what they need to do. They think the method way is the way for them to act.
Jared Leto's Oscar would tell you otherwise.
One Oscar.
One more than you.
One. Yeah, but it's one, mate. It's one. Do you know what? Even a broken clock is right twice a day. You know that, mate? That's it.
I have a digital watch, which is exactly the same as Michael Morbius, which really threw me.
Yeah, they say everybody's got one song in them or a novel in them, right? You get one hit, doesn't make you like the ultimate performer or anything like that.
No.
That's it. Obviously, he got it right for that one film. The I can't remember what film it was now. It was where he played
Alice Buyers Club.
That's the one. All about the was it the cancer victims and stuff like this?
HIV victims, wasn't it?
Oh, HIV was it? Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you have that, but like I say, I don't see him getting any other awards like that. He got one, just one. It's like walking into a room. Do you remember that? Do you remember that time I got an Oscar for that role? Yeah. Or if you try and disagree with him, he's got the Oscar in a bag on the floor. He just pulls it out and just puts it on the table like that, and just like doesn't say a word, just points at it.
Do you remember when
This is why I'm right.
Do you remember when Cuba Gooding Jr. got an Oscar?
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then followed it up with what was the one? What was that film? The fucking Pacific.
Pearl Harbor.
Pearl Harbor. Pearl Necklace. That one. Yeah. Because that was a load of wank. So anyway, it's he thinks method acting works for him, but all it does is it pisses people off. Right? It's like Jim Carrey on the set of Man on the Moon. Right? He went totally method, and I think he pissed an awful lot of people off. And you don't really want that kind of, that kind of reputation.
Yeah.
I think. Because you can go method if you want, but just don't be a fucking arsehole about it. Don't draw everyone else in. It's like buskers on a train. Yeah, fine. You want to have a sing-song, mate? Great, but can you do it in the next carriage? I suppose, just fuck off and leave me alone.
There is, I suppose there's a time and place for method, isn't there? So on the set of a Scorsese film where you do have, what's his name? Lewis, whatever his name was. I forgot. He's Daniel Day-Lewis on there. And you're like, hang on, I'm up against these guys.
Got to bring your A game.
Yeah, I'm going to really have to do this. And then you get a phone call the next year. It's like, we really like you to be in a movie. Okay, what is it? It's about a man who gets bitten by a bat and is now a vampire, and he can jump around, and then his mate becomes one as well. And then it's like the to and fro of their relationship. It's like, okay, this sounds like something I can really dive into. It's like, well, no, maybe not. Maybe you just don't do that this time. Just come along, wear some black stuff. It'll be fine. We'll have a bit of fun. There'll be sandwiches and pink wafers. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
I could just see him on set, and the sort of like direct calls cut. It says, Jared, mate, you're about 11 at the moment. Can you bring it down to about a 3 or a 4?
Yeah.
Is that all right? Can you just
A 1 or a 2?
Maybe have some fun with it.
Yeah, like fishing, just reel it in a bit, there you go, because you're costing us a lot in all this scenery you're chewing. All right. Would you, yep. Okay, there we go. Fantastic. Nice.
Yeah. So, I mean, getting onto the film being dog shit, I mean, it is dog shit. I think we can all agree it's not a good film. But Jim, you brought up something very interesting about Madam Web. So do you want to have you had this theory?
Yeah.
So you want to throw this out?
I think with
there?
Madam Web, I mean, just look up the running time, but Madam Web literally paces around for the best part of 2 hours, and she only becomes Madam Web in the final couple of minutes. Now, when I went to Morbius, I was fully expecting, the same bullshit.
Yeah.
It's an hour and 116 minutes, Madam Web. She actually becomes Madam Web in the 116th minute.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's absolutely a waste of your time. It's the worst kind of origin film.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of, I didn't even realize he was supposed to be set in the past until I realized that baby was Spider-Man. You know what I mean? What?
Jesus.
So I was expecting more of the same bollocks from Morbius. So I was actually quite pleased when I actually saw a comic accurate origin story, and they told it pretty much in the first 15 minutes.
Yeah.
That they set up his backstory. This is drawing very much on the 1990s incarnation of Morbius.
Right.
That has this backstory. He has a friend, it's called Emil in the comics. And but otherwise it's the same. It's a lot similar to the 70s classic origin, but basically, he's got this blood disease. He comes up with this idea for, using stuff from vampire bats to cure his blood disease. He hires a boat because it's a dodgy experiment, and he turns into the living vampire. Basically, he gets vampire bat powers, much as Spider-Man got bitten by a radioactive spider.
Yeah.
Kills everyone, and then he's, basically the Morbius comics is he's always kind of fighting not to lose control to drink human blood. And traditionally, of all like the kind of characters they've done for this Sony Spider-Verse, Morbius is the one that could work best because, yes, you first meet him for a couple of issues as a Spider-Man villain, but then he spun off into his own comics. It was his own adventures. He's out on the road, a fugitive. He keeps cracking and killing someone and drinking their blood. He was entirely innocent. But on his travels, he's looking for a cure, but then he always ends up getting drawn in or going up against something worse than him, whether it's occultists or demons or monsters. But you know what I mean? He's bad, and he knows he's bad. He's trying to cure himself, but then he meets something worse. And his kind of vampire nature actually helps him knock seven bells out the damn thing. You know what I mean? But he's always looking for redemption. And it's kind of, when the sort of actually, got the origin sort of done and dusted, and yep, he's gone full Morbius, brilliant, nicely done. 20 minutes in, well, we're set up here, and then it pisses around for the next 2 hours, for the next hour, you know what I mean? It kind of doesn't sort of take what the comics made work in several incarnations over like 3 decades. Yeah. And they just have this a hero or an antagonist is only as good as their opposite number. And just having, say, his mate be a vampire isn't that interesting. And also, I mean, I know it is in the comics that you have this sort of blood which tones him down a bit, but kind of in the original incarnation, once he's changed into the vampire, he is, to quote that classic Motown song, fucking stuck like that. You know what I mean? There's no going back to human. He is an undead horror and has to live by night, and he's always on the run because people take one look at him and fucking kill him.
Yeah.
And I think kind of, I know it is in some of the comics, depending what area you're at, but kind of have him going back to being human, it's a bit like Dredd taking his helmet off. You know what I mean? It's kind of, you should be watering down the character. I can see why you do it, and I know why they do it in the comic, because it gives the character a bit more. You can do a bit more than just having to fucking hide and run every night by night. But in this movie, it'd be far more interesting if he had been stuck as the monster. And that would have worked better with his friend, with Matt Smith's character, also as a monster. And they're both out at night, and he's trying to stop Matt Smith killing people and trying to assuage his own bloodlust. That could have that'd be made for a more interesting thing. As it is, it just sort of plods along, and then in the last act, they think, well, if we throw enough CGI bats at this, maybe they won't notice that this isn't a very interesting final battle.
No, we'll get to the final battle soon enough, I think. But
like I said, that in the first act, it sets up everything really well. And it's kind of, okay, right, you've actually, unusually, in this sort of thing, you read the original comics and you know how this works. Yeah. Only for them to just lose their way really badly with it, as the film progresses. And it's kind of like, oh, Jesus, what are you doing? No!
What are you
fucking set up
doing?
Perfectly. Because he does look good. I mean, he does look really like comic book accurate when he's fully vamped up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think his performance in the first act and his chemistry with Matt Smith and with Martian, that's all working for me. And it's just so annoying that you built the foundations and then you just couldn't get any more blocks up. You know what I mean? Like, worst game of Jenga ever.
Yeah. I mean, it is kind of frustrating, I guess, because it is that whole thing of there's bits there. You can see that there's stuff there. The problem is it feels almost like, well, how can I put it? It's like they got told that they have to get it down to a tight 95 minutes. And there's bits which you could have dragged out, you could have extended. Matt Smith just turns into a bad vampire, and that's that. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It just happens because that's what the film wants to happen. And I think that's the big problem with this movie, is that you don't get any motivation for the characters beyond Morbius. He's got a blood disease. His friend's got a blood disease. He's trying to solve the problem. After that, everyone else is just, well, why are they doing that? Why are they being like that? Why have they changed like that? I mean, it's like Jared Harris, the doctor. Why is he hanging around like 20-odd, 30-odd years later, just changing blood bags for Matt Smith?
It's also like the cop. I mean, the comics, Stroud is this recurring antagonist. He's always, trying to hunt Morbius down and put an end to him. And he's just kind of like, a side character that's just just doesn't go anywhere. I mean, they have some funny lines to the double act. I was quite surprised because I've heard this film was very humorless, but they had some actually fucking great lines between them.
Yeah, the two cops kind of, I'll go get them then, shall I? I'll go up these stairs, shall I? I liked all of that stuff, but I don't know. To me, it's like a badly baked cake. All the parts are there. It's just not given a chance to do anything with any of it, and it just
never rises.
No, it never rises. You just get a flavourless lump of nothing
with a soggy bottom.
With a soggy bottom, and we've all seen what a soggy bottom can do. Yeah. Okay. So Jim's citing Madam Web as like a much worse film. I mean, Darren.
Yeah.
You are like the rest of us, kind of going, it's not the worst film we've ever seen.
No, it's not.
So, what would you say was the worst film we've ever seen, and how would it compare to Morbius?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Are we talking superhero movies or something
Anything.
like
I mean,
that?
superhero
Anything
movies,
like that?
for example.
Oh, about a million years ago, there was a film that came out when I was little. I saw the poster on, used to sit on the station when I went to visit my grandparents and mum and dad. They would have this poster, and I always thought, oh, it's a superhero film. I really want to see that. I was only like about 5, 6 at the time when we saw this. It was a film called Supersonic Man, right? Now,
sounds like a winner.
It sounds like a winner. But in the age I was, it would have been a winner, right? That's it. I'm not sophisticated taste, and it's a superhero. Yes, fuck it. I'm right there, right? I managed to catch some of this film, and boy, it's fucking awful, right? It really is just fucking terrible. One of the worst films I think I've ever seen, right? One of them, not the worst. Now, that in the length of in the whole thing of superhero films, I think that in itself is probably it. We won't go into things like the made-for-TV Captain America stuff.
Or Michael Crawford as Condor Man.
Yeah, as Condom Man, yes.
Apparently Supersonic Man was actually a Spanish superhero film.
It probably was. It probably was.
And that's where your love of tapas come from.
Yeah, and I think it's actually on YouTube as
I'm
well.
sure it
Supersonic
is.
Man.
Yeah.
So maybe, who knows?
Well,
I'll get really annoyed.
It is your
Someone
pick.
upsets me.
It is your pick.
I've already made the pick for this week.
Okay,
so
great, fine.
Yeah, we'll skirt on by the really shit superhero film.
Yeah.
So the worst film I think we've ever seen. I still go back to House of the Dead 2.
Yes.
Right? That was the first really sucky film that we ever saw on Black Dog.
Yeah.
And,
we had to review it in a pub.
We did, because we needed fucking drink. And with all respects to Tommy Wiseau, I think House of the Dead is actually worse than The Room.
Yeah.
Because I get a laugh out of watching The Room, right? I just cry when I watch House of the Dead 2.
Yeah.
So, I'd rather be smiling.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I think House of the Dead 2 for me still stands up as, oh, wait a minute, no. No, Birdemic.
Yeah. Birdemic.
With a 3/4 of an hour opening scene with him driving a car. That bit, yeah. And the clip art fucking seagulls. Yeah.
You fight with coat hangers.
Yeah, and the woman who dies because she takes a shit. I'm not joking, ladies and gentlemen. A woman dies in a field because she goes for a shit in a field.
Yes, that's
right.
She
gets attacked in a field while taking a shit. Taking a shit while in a field. By the way, did I mention she died while taking a shit in a field? She hadn't even, I mean, it was literally like, Captain Tank Driver gets his head out the hole and swoops in, and that's it. She hadn't even finished laying cable when the scene strikes.
Here we see the female taking a shit. Little does she know, terror will descend from the skies, and she'll be fucked.
Yeah, exactly.
She was in the right place to shit herself. Oh, we love that noise.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. No, it's just because the thing is, I mean, like both Jim and I said, Morbius is one of those films that you would be sitting there going, "What a pile of shit," and you would kick it to the curb with like half a star. But I think we've seen so many really genuinely bloody awful films that this film is what shit-covered goggles when we first started is all about. Everyone wanted to give this film an absolute fucking kick-in, and it's not a good film, but it's not the worst film I've ever seen.
Do you go along with my theory on the Green Lantern as well? Because when we watched that, I think we came out going, it's not as bad as what we thought it was.
Well, I have a slightly different vibe with the Green Lantern for multiple reasons, and I don't think objectively I could look at it and not be grinding my teeth within 5 minutes.
Right.
I guess that comes round to you then, really, isn't it? It's kind of like how much of this is down to people knowing the property and people not knowing the property.
I think that does help or hinder, definitely. Because I think I came away, I really, really enjoyed the Matt Smith character. I loved that just boldness of just being a vampire and just being like, fucking hell, this is great. Most of my life has been shit. I've been dealt these cards where I am the fucking top of the food chain now. All of a sudden, top of the food chain, I can dance however I want to dance in front of anyone I want. I can do all these moves. I look fucking awesome as well. And I think he looks great. I think he's got a real good attitude about him as well. And I think they work off each other quite well with Morbius and Milo. So I that was a real plus side for me. Because have I seen Matt Smith in other things? I think I have seen. I think
House of the Dragon.
Oh, yeah, House of the Dragon. He's very good in that. Very good in that.
Then there's Doctor Who,
which I haven't seen much of.
Very good in Starvaker.
Starvaker.
Yes,
oh,
a horror
yes.
film.
Yes.
Not terribly cheery.
No.
But very good.
I swear we've seen him in something
We
else.
saw him in that one with the My House, or one
Yes,
with
that's right. Yes, yeah. His house.
His house.
That's it, yes.
Yes.
And he's really good in that as well.
Yeah.
And I've seen him in The Crown. He was amazing in The Crown as Prince Philip. So he always turns out a top-notch performance whenever I've seen him. And I think you're right. He is having a lot of fun in this. Yeah. And it's coming through.
Yeah.
And
that,
I don't know, just his mannerisms, the way he holds himself, the way he presents himself, everything about it in this, he's having fun and it's good. And I could watch a movie on him. I'd be very happy to watch him and his movie and his trials and about how he's going through his life and what he has to deal with. I think that would be really good. That would be interesting for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't disagree. I honestly think, this goes back to what I'm saying. You get the sense that he's having fun with it, whereas you don't get that sense with Jared Leto. In fact, I read something which made me laugh, which was, there's Jared Leto and there's Jared Harris. So not only is Jared Leto not a good actor, but he's not even the best Jared in the movie.
Also, Jared Leto is the only person to play the Joker and Batman.
Oh, fuck off. No.
So speaking of bats, shall we get to the nonsense?
Well, the special effects nonsense, yeah.
Oh, dear.
Go for it. Go. I mean, this was a great showreel for 1990s Houdini. But unfortunately, we were watching a film in 2020. Made in 2022.
Well, this is the kind of game that gives CGI a bad name.
Yeah.
Because we can do better than this. And I wish they would just stop. And yes, I know we got this software. You can do flocks of this and swarms of that. But can we just fucking knock it off? It doesn't look real. Things on strings would look better at this stage. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, oh God, if I see this one more time, stop it, please. Yeah. But in this, it's kind of, I think, particularly egregious because it's kind of, it's like, oh, I've got these vampire bats. And it's kind of, I keep them in a big test tube and they just fly around in a spiral. And I thought, you cruel bastard. That's not how you keep vampire bats. And vampire bats don't behave like that.
No.
But also, the thing at the end, though, it's kind of, oh, they're his friends, but they're not Milo's.
No.
Then that makes no sense because Teresa's going to go, well, hang on. Why are they on his side?
Yeah.
There's absolutely no reason for that whatsoever.
No, it's not. I hadn't
Well,
thought about that.
I mean, the bigger question with the ending is, considering they're all in an indestructible plastic glass tube, yeah. How the fuck did they get out? I mean,
they've all got passes.
They've all got passes.
Yeah, they've got security passes. You not see the little lanyards around the neck? It's all.
It was like,
Exactly.
yeah, it was literally like, Morbius has to type in a 27-digit code into this fucking computer control panel, and then the thing fucking lights come on, and then he can type in another control panel, and then the doors open so he can walk in. And then, you're now thinking, well, hang on, they've got to get to a computer panel they can't see to light up another computer panel which is outside their cage, and they've got no way of doing that. How the fuck did they get out? I'm just asking. It's like the most basic of questions. Shut up, that's why.
Yeah.
and it's that
Shut
kind
up,
of...
That's why.
That's why. Hey.
Thanks for the memory.
Oh, God, here we go. Stop it. You're just going to wing it. Let's not do it. Yeah, but it's, those are the things that make a film bad. The obvious continuity errors, the obvious issues with plotting and reason and understanding. But the bats themselves, the special effects on the bats, the special effects on him jumping, leaving all the sort of weird, juicy trails behind.
Yeah, why does
pointless.
his trail
Pointless.
change with what clothes he's wearing?
I genuinely don't know.
Because it was
It's
orange
one that
behind him.
Yeah, it was absolutely no reason for that. It was completely not needed.
No.
All I can think was it was to disguise how bad the jumping effects were.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. According to IMDb, Morbius's smoky vampire trail becomes purple towards the end of the film, mirroring the comics. Director Daniel Espinosa said the use of light and color in the film is actually inspired by Pokemon, as well as the comics aesthetic. Morbius often has purple lines trailing behind him in the comic art. Contrary to other opinions, while the color changes during the film's climax, it's almost entirely likely a nod to his origins. It's not an indicator that he's fully embraced his abilities, so to speak. Throughout the movie, the color trails were the same color as whatever Morbius was wearing. At the beginning, it was just black, so black trails. Later on, he was wearing an orange jumpsuit, and then it was orange trails. For the climax, he's wearing an all-black outfit with purple silk lining, so purple trails. In other words, the director's talking bollocks.
Mm-hmm.
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 Oh dear.
Oh dear. See, and it's stuff like that. When as soon as you're questioning that, you have to go, okay, the film's failed. I mean, what was the whole thing with the girlfriend, not girlfriend, love interest, biting his lip, drinking his blood, and then him going, oh, well, she's dead. Never mind, I'm off.
So they could have that cliche bit at the end where she's not dead, she wakes up.
Yeah.
Becomes some other superhero or some bollocks. I don't know.
Darren's left
It's one
the
of those
building.
things where it's like it's fudging and getting Morbius's powers wrong. The whole point is he's not a supernatural vampire. He's
No.
a man with vampire bat powers, which is
For
different.
For whatever
But
that's
it's
worth.
kind of, yeah, but it is kind of like you have to have, like, like Matt Smith, he has to have the special serum to turn him into a vampire. You can't just drink Morbius's blood and become a vampire, a la supernatural vampires. It doesn't spread like that. The people Morbius killed don't rise as vampires for the same reason. They're just dead. He's just murdered them. End of story.
Yeah.
And like being able to call having an affinity with bats, that's kind of, because, well, vampires do that. And it's kind of, yeah, but that wasn't Morbius's deal. It was the whole idea. He was, I mean, there's a reason he's a scientific vampire, because they wanted they wanted Spider-Man to fight a vampire, and the comics code outlawed vampires at the time.
Right.
And so that's why he's the living vampire, and he's made by science, not the supernatural, as a way to get around it. But the film doesn't play by its own sort of rules and the own character rules, and that's sort of disappointing when they get so much right at the start.
Yeah.
But as I say, the director said, film made by committee, and you can imagine how many notes they were getting.
Definitely. What were you going to say there, Dal?
I've completely forgotten. No, it was... Did anybody notice apart from the obvious thing with fangs and sucking blood and stuff like this, did anybody notice the nod to Bram Stoker's Dracula in this?
Which one?
Well, at the beginning of Dracula, when he comes to England, he turns up on the Demeter, a ship that's got all of its crew dead. And well, it's pretty much the same thing in this, except the thing doesn't crash into a dock.
And it's called the Muranal, which is the name of the director of Nosferatu.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, a little bit of trivia for you there.
Little bit of trivia. Yeah. I'm kind of at a loss with this movie. I mean, the finale is tedious. Would you not agree that they basically don't do anything? They just fall into the ground, and then he throws some bats at them.
Pretty much. It's a bit underwhelming as a final fight. I mean, either you have something that's spectacular, or you have like a big sort of character face-off, and this delivers neither.
No.
In fact, he takes him down just like stupidly easily.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, is that it? Oh, he's done. Oh, all right then. Oh, time to go home.
And
we've got Michael Keaton to come for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, we'll get to Michael Keaton in a second.
Please, because I don't understand.
Okay. Can I just ask one other question? There was a whole plot thread about the little girl with the blood disease that Morbius was treating, and he puts her into a coma.
Yes.
Yep.
Did that actually resolve, or did I black out?
No, that was just left. They just moved on from that.
Just dropped and left hanging. So
I think that was left because he'd already didn't he inject the mouse before that, and so you needed the distraction away from the mouse to her, and the possibility of I could try this on her, and I thought he was going to try it on her, but the actual serum, and that really didn't happen. Maybe that's something that got cut out. I don't know. It's weird.
That's which goes back to what I was saying before. I think there's actually a 3-hour cut of this movie somewhere where they try and explain everything. But would I watch it? Fuck no. Okay. Should we do the Michael Keaton? Who wants to take the Michael Keaton thing for Elton?
Oh, I'll do the Michael Keaton.
Go on. You go do the Michael Keaton thing.
Okay.
So at the end, we have end credit sequence with Michael Keaton. Darren, over to you.
Okay, so we have this real pathetic attempt to try and link this movie to Spider-Man No Way Home, right? I think it is, or is the other one with Doctor Strange in it. And it's just like Toombs, played by Michael Keaton, ends up in the Morbius universe, which is also the Venom universe, which is also one of the two Spider-Men, previous Spider-Man universe.
No, it's
apparently it is.
Okay,
it's either Andrew Garfield's or it's Tobey Maguire's. I'm pretty sure it's Andrew Garfield's, if I remember rightly.
Right.
And again, it's this whole thing of, whoa, look at me, I've ended up in this universe. Look, whoa. And then they do a man suddenly appears in a prison cell. Doesn't know where he is. We're going to take him on trial. We're going to release him. And then jumps forward a little bit. We have a car advert, okay, with Jared Leto driving a nice new car, right? Because he's on the run, because this is what you get when you go on the run. You have a selection of cars that you can keep in a garage.
Oh,
somewhere.
He's got that Porsche, isn't he? Yeah.
Whatever the fuck it is, I don't care. He's just, product placement. and then it's like he ends up on a beach for some god awful reason. We don't know why. Apparently, he has been contacted by Toombs, who turns up in all the same technology he had in the other universe. Where the fuck did he get that? Did he sort of like, stick it up his arse? Did he have like a portable generator that he stuck up his arse when he jumped from universe to universe and then just shat it out so that he could wear it? And I think me and you could really, really kind of go places. And Jared, I'm interested. He's like, no, you fucking ain't. You're not fucking interested, Jared. Okay, because you're not playing a bad guy. You're playing an anti-hero. Right? And this is like if you had Morbius turn up at the end of a Spider-Man movie for 2 seconds, right? Because you know nothing about him except the fact that Morbius is supposed to be a bad guy, right? Or sort of a bad guy. But it's like, why is Jared Leto's version of his character agreeing that, to a criminal enterprise?
Yeah.
Because he's not like that.
No.
It makes no fucking sense.
Okay, yeah. Just for a little bit of further clarification on.
By the way, it's all about. Right, hold on. Is everybody looking at me? Are we all listening? Yeah. It's something to do with Spider-Man. Get that? So I did that. Sorry, Lee. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
I had to get that in there before I forgot about it.
No, that's fine. That's fine. So Elton. So Michael Keaton was in the first of the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of them.
Okay, well, let's just give you the précis. He's the father of the girl he was dating, Tom Holland was dating, in the first Spider-Man movie.
Okay.
Yet, what it turns out is that Michael Keaton's job was to clear up all the junk that was left behind from the end of the first Avengers movie. So, you know the Avengers movies?
With the space whales.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Well, all that shit got scattered all over New York. Right? So he's part of this demolition crew that goes in, clears up all the alien tech, and supposedly ships it off. But what he's actually doing is he's skimming a bit off the top and using the alien tech to do high-tech robbery, using that suit that he flew in on at the end of Morbius.
Yeah.
So he is that version of the Spider-Man villain, the Vulture.
Right.
Spider-Man stops him. He gets thrown in jail. And in a couple of the Spider-Man movies, we see little end credit sequences with Michael Keaton looking at various other Spider-Man villains who are also now in jail. Like, for example, the Scorpion, and going, you don't like Spider-Man either, sort of thing. And then what happens, he ends up in the same universe because in the second credit sequence in Morbius, you saw that big pink split in the sky. Yeah?
I'm trying to remember now.
There's a shot over New York before he appears in the prison, and it's got a crack in the sky.
I'm going to say yes. I know I saw something, but there's so many comic books with cracks in the sky and pink things in the sky.
Absolutely, yeah.
They keep doing it. Stop doing it.
No, you won't. Yeah, lights in the sky, ender level demon really isn't a shocker. But the thing, all you need to know is crack in the sky in this particular one goes back to what Darren was saying about there's a Spider-Man movie called Spider-Man No Way Home, where Spider-Man's identity has been revealed. His life has been turned to shit because of it. So he goes to Doctor Strange, says, make the world forget that I'm Spider-Man. But then, because he's neurotic and keeps fucking it up and going, well, no, actually, make everyone except my girlfriend. Oh, we'll make everyone except my girlfriend and my best friend. We'll make it. And Strange basically fucks up the spell because he's constantly being distracted. And the universes all start to collapse together through a crack in the sky.
Right.
Which means all the villains and all the Spider-Men from all the different films that we've seen so far all wind up in one movie.
Right. So that means that Sony can have their own little world, which doesn't really affect the Marvel side of things.
That's right. So what you end up with is Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland all as Spider-Man in the same movie from different universes. And you've also got Alfred Molina from the Spider-Man film. You got Willem Dafoe. You got all the different villains from all the different Spider-Man movies all in this film.
Right.
Then what happens is, right at the very end of that one, you find out that Tom Hardy in a end credit scene is in the same universe, but he's on some Hawaiian island drinking margaritas at a bar.
Okay.
And
is that in a different film?
No, in the same film. And then what happens is...
What, the film I watched?
No.
Oh, okay.
And so he's from the Spider-Man universe that Morbius is in. And then what happens is he leaves a bit of Venom behind. And that's how it ends. Right. So now what we've got is we've got a sort of meshing of the real Marvel universe and the Sony Marvel universe. And Sony only own the rights to the Spider-Man villains and certain Spider-Man ephemera like the Daily Bugle and J. Jonah Jameson and all these kind of things. So then what was going to happen was to keep it all alive, using the Tom Holland last Spider-Man movie as a kind of crossover event, they were going to make this thing called the Sinister Six. And the Sinister Six is basically the Avengers, but of villains from the Spider-Man universe.
All right.
And it was going to be Morbius, Venom, a couple of the villains from Spider-Man No Way Home, which was going to be like, I don't know, Dr. Octopus and the Green Goblin and whatever. There was going to be the Hobgoblin, which was Dane DeHaan from the Andrew Garfield movie. The Rhino, which was played by, oh God, I can't remember his bloody name.
Paul Giamatti?
Yeah, Paul.
Yes,
That's it. Yeah, and he was in the Andrew Garfield movie for about 3 seconds until he got a fucking manhole cover smashed into his face.
I've seen the Andrew Garfield ones.
That's right, and also Electro. So they were all going to be all the villains, which is the only thing that Sony actually own, would all be teamed up in this kind of anti-hero Avengers. And that's why it's become a bit of a running gag that they're... Oh, and Kraven the Hunter as well, played by Aaron Taylor-Johnson. And that's why it's become a bit of a gag that Sony owns Spider-Man, but only can show Spider-Man movies without Spider-Man in it.
Right.
Because it's all legal rights and it's all bollocks. But thanks to Morbius, Madam Web, and the third Venom movie, and Kraven the Hunter... That's all taken an enormous shit in the bowl, and Sony have no plans to do anything. And if they don't do anything soon, the rights will revert to Marvel completely.
Oh, I'm so sorry for Sony. I feel so sorry for them.
So now you are caught up. You is done caught up.
Fucking pretentious, isn't it?
It's all about licensing. When Marvel had no money back in the 90s, they sold their rights to everything.
Yeah.
That's why you had Fantastic Four movies and X-Men movies at Fox, and that's why you had Spider-Man movies over at Sony, and basically all over the place. Are we all caught up now?
Yeah.
It doesn't make it any better that the end credit sequence just absolutely makes no fucking sense.
No, it's awful for someone who doesn't know this stuff. I honestly sat there going, have I missed something from this movie?
Yeah.
Was he someone else?
8 other movies.
And I went hunting. I was like, well, I went hunting to see if I'd missed something, not who he was.
No.
And I don't think I'd missed anything from earlier on in the movie. Thank goodness.
No. You had not.
Oh, it's just so... Oh, I get
I've
it.
seen the movies, it still didn't make any sense either. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
I get it, because people have put time and effort into watching these movies. No matter what franchise it is, if you like a franchise, you like it. And I talk about, sometimes being a bit gatekeeping on certain things. And I get it. That's cool. Why should they put all that stuff in there for me to know what's going on? So I kind of get it from that perspective. And it makes me dive into it. If I'm interested in it, then it will make me dive into it to try and find out what the bloody hell was going on.
Yeah. Well, but did it?
Not that much, no. I'm not that invested in it. I'm like, I've got 3 mates that tell me later on.
Yeah, I got other people for this.
Yeah,
I'll get my.
They'll
people to...
know. It'll be fine.
Yeah, don't bother yourself with it. But yeah. Anyway, so that was the whole thing. It was going to be a thing, and luckily, Kraven the Hunter just shit the bed to the point where Sony just went, nah, that's it, game over. Luckily, we're not doing Kraven the Hunter. In fact, I flat out refuse to do that.
Is that an actual film?
Yes. Shit, really?
Yeah.
Netflix, what we got?
Nice. Yeah. It's Aaron Taylor Johnson who can talk to animals and hunts big game.
Yeah. Dr. Doolittle, he talks to the animals. Now say bollocks.
Yeah. Anyway,
Okay.
yeah. So does that explain any of it to you?
Yes, it does.
Okay. That doesn't feel like you're particularly convinced.
It does, but there's only
care.
so much that he's actually going to sit in there and actually fester, and I actually understand. So
yeah,
it's good enough. It's good enough.
I want to find that soundbite of someone interviewing Rod Stewart at Glasgow, and they go, "So what's next for you?" And he goes, "Oh, I don't know." I want to get that sound sample and just plonk it on this. Yeah, what's going on here? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, right. Does anybody else have anything they want to bring up about this movie beyond it's not quite as shit as we thought it'd be? And that's about it. Jared
Harris is criminally underrated, underused in this movie, I think.
Yeah, I think he... Do
you reckon he bailed halfway through?
Oh no! There was a story. I think this was during the kick-in phase when it first came out. But I think he actually admitted to the fact that he and Matt Smith both needed mortgage payments.
Right.
They just said, "Oh, you never lose money being in a superhero movie because they'll pay you to be in it, and they'll give you a big long contract." And
now they're flat sharing, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. and now they're living in the same shed. No, Jared Harris, Morbius. Oh God, IUS quote. I will find out what he actually says because he says something about the fact that he did it. Oh yeah. Hold on. He said why would they asked him why was he in it, and he said because I've got a mortgage to pay, and sometimes you have to say yes to things just because you need the money.
Fair play.
Beautiful.
So there you go. There you go. He's got a mortgage to pay. Thanks very much. You can't treat it as though it's Shakespeare. There you go. Which I think is fair. So, yeah. Has anyone got anything else they'd like to add?
No.
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 No, not really. Hold on. I've observed with these types of films, they do well if you have a sense of humour about them. You can't treat them as if they're Shakespeare. So yeah, that movie could have done with more mischievous sense of humour. I've got a mortgage to pay, and sometimes you say yes to things because you need to make the money. There you go. That's Jared Leto from start to finish. And he cites the famous anecdote from Michael Caine about Jaws of Revenge. I've never seen the film. By all accounts, it's terrible. However, I've seen the house it's built, and that's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Job's a good one. So, there you go. Right. Well, as ever, if anybody's got anything they'd like to say about Morbius, other than, Lee, you fuck, why did you make me watch it? Then by all means, the routes, the emails, the Facebook group, but send in your feedback and we'll read it out next week. Right. Well, before we get to Pimp's Corner, Darren.
Yes.
You said you did have a film ready to rock and roll.
I do have a film ready to rock and roll.
Well then, would you like to tell us what it is?
Certainly. I'm pretty sure I saw this year when it came out. It's one of the early 2025 movies.
Okay.
When we seem to be getting an awful lot of horror just showing up, right? There was a string of horror films that just came out at the beginning of the year. Not sure why. The one that I've got for us this week, myself and Ree both had a bloody good laugh at this because it is ridiculous.
Okay.
The deaths in this are all fucking ridiculous. But it's we just went with it and we had a fucking good laugh watching it.
Okay.
And it is on Amazon Prime.
Right.
Stephen King's The Monkey.
The Monkey?
The Monkey.
Monkey was irrepressible.
Indeed.
Monkey. Okay.
Honestly, we sat through some of this film just going, what the fuck?
Right.
So,
okay. The Monkey. Right.
The
yes.
Monkey.
The movie directed by Oz Perkins, who did Longlegs, and starring Theo James, who I still reckon would be the best James Bond.
Yes, he would.
But we'll see about that. Cool. Okay. Well, The Monkey. Jim, have you seen The Monkey?
I have.
Okie dokie. And are you looking forward to seeing The Monkey again?
Yes, I am. We had a very good laugh with it.
Lovely. Okie dokie.
It's a very different film from Osgood Perkins' other horror movie.
Yes.
Like polar opposite. Wasn't what I was expecting at all.
Okay. Okay. Elton, what about you?
I have not seen The Monkey. I have not seen Darren's Monkey. No, not seen it.
Treat me nice and, let's go bananas.
Hey. Yeah. Smash that drum. Right. Okie dokie. I haven't seen this film yet. It's been on my list to see for quite a while, and it's been sitting there staring at me from cinema equidistance window as well, and I still haven't seen it. So I'm quite interested in seeing this, I'll be honest with you. So, cool. I don't think I've even read the Stephen King story, and I've read quite a few of his. Okay.
It's very different from the story.
Night Shift.
Put it that way. Yeah.
Oh, okay, because I have read Night Shift. That and Skeleton Crew.
No, so, Skeleton Crew's in. It's in Skeleton Crew. I'm fairly,
Yeah. I was going to say, I don't remember this in it at all, which is very odd. Okay, well, there you go. We'll see how it goes, I guess. So you're saying it's on Amazon Prime, yeah?
Yep, looking at it right now.
Brilliant. Well, excellent news.
Included with Prime.
Okie dokie. Well, everyone, fire up your simian detectors because we're off to see the monkey. And bang your wind-up drum or something. I don't know. I can't make this fly. I don't know where I'm going.
Just so you know, he wasn't born in an egg on a mountaintop either.
Wasn't he?
No, doesn't have a flying cloud, anything like that.
What about a little golden ring that holds him still by going da 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 da?
Well, he might have a golden ring after he's had a curry or two, but not the one round the head. Not the one around the head. Once he's had Jim's hot sauce, maybe. Probably yes.
Yes. But anyway, we'll get to that next week. So we will be doing Osgood Perkins' The Monkey, and we will be doing that next week. He says, double check to make sure he's around next week. Yes, brilliant. So until then, let's head over to Pimp's Corner. Jim, what's going on Hypnagoria.com?
That's a good question. It's always a bit hand to microphone at the minute.
Okie dokie.
But I just released a new commentary club on the Satanic Rites of Dracula, and the readings and a reading of a set of Lovecraftian sonnets called Dreams of Yith.
Right. Okay.
And there'll be something this weekend, but I don't know what it is because it's not
mystery.
Finished.
Okie dokie. Well,
depends what happens. But we're not in the grip of a heat wave, so I might get a bit more done this week.
Juicy dangler there.
But yeah.
Right.
Well, last week was kind of, I've got a few hours on the morning before the my office overheats to the point where it's impossible to work in.
Yeah.
Or at least you're recording, because obviously if you record, you can't open windows or have fans on or things to keep you cool.
No, not unless you want to spend 6 hours filtering out background noises.
Yes, indeed. So
nice. Okie dokie. So this mystery thing will be over on hypnagoria.com.
It will be.
Brilliant. And what about you, Elton? What's going on Rogue 2?
I haven't done much recently. No cars going around in circles or on a break at the moment. And yeah, no Band of Brothers recently. So,
okay.
You know, the war was in the past. All the war films were in the past. So, you know, we'll do them at our leisure. So nothing at the moment. The only thing I am actually doing is covering Alien Earth.
Yes, we are covering Alien Earth. That's well, we've done 2 episodes. We'll probably do an episode for episode 3 once we have all seen it.
Yes,
I think this is going to be an intermittent episodic thing, but we will do it. Cool. Okay. And Jim, you're more than welcome to join us, but obviously, you know, take your time. Don't just rush.
I have seen we did watch the first 2 episodes, so we're up to speed now.
Lovely. Okay. Well, the new episode goes live in about 10 minutes, I think. So on Disney at the time of recording. Anyway. Right, well, so we might be back later this week for Alien Earth, but otherwise we will be back next week for The Monkey. So, until then, thank you, Darren, thank you, Jim, thank you, Elton.
No problem.
And thank you all for listening, and we shall see you all next week. Until then, take care. Tatty bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Ta-da.
There's a voice that keeps on calling me down the road. It's where I'll always be. Every stop I make a new friend. Can't stay for long, just turn around and I'm gone again. Maybe tomorrow I'll want to settle down. Until tomorrow I'll just keep moving on.
I already came for a kebab.